Hi, love. I want to share something deeply vulnerable today because I feel the message of it is important. I'm divorced. I've been divorced 3 times. I avoid telling people this because I feel a lot of heavy judgments when I do, and none of it feels good. Generally, there are one of 2 responses, either this face, with a vocal, or in their head, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? Why can't you stay married? Or the polar opposite of, who are these dumb guys who keep letting you go, honey? And really, neither is fair or true. Each time, the separation was initiated by the other person at varying degrees of mutual agreement. Each time, I was completely heartbroken. I cried about why was this happening and why me. I've always wanted and dreamed of having a super solid forever partner. I love this energy of partnerships, and I crave to have one that's full of passion and adventure and joy and comfort and support, and all very good and worthy attributes. So why this crash and burn? Side note, one thing was the only criteria I was really taught to look for in a partner came from a religious source that wasn't very practical to follow, but that was the criteria I had for all 3 of my experiences before I stepped away from said religion. Okay, but I was doing everything right. So why was I getting this outcome? After my last separation, I found a space to be brave enough and open enough with myself to really ask. And my answer was, I'm not finding the right partner because I wasn't being fully honest about who I was. And I didn't even know it. I'm a pretty straightforward person. I hide nothing well, except apparently me. Starting at a young age, I received the message that I was too much. I'm a big personality. I love vibrant color. I have big reactions, big plans, oodles of energy and passion, but that wasn't acceptable. So I put those things into a box so that I could be acceptable for love and connection. Now fast forward 25 years, I feel a hollow space inside that I ignore, feel a great annoyance for without really knowing why, but I'm elated that my dreams of a forever partner are about to come true because I've done everything right and now he loves me. But guess what? Feeling loved and accepted opens the box. Out slips my tsunami of love and passion, which I thought was a great thing, until it was rejected. Again. That's a painful process. So when I became aware of the box, I learned to give myself kindness and love and bravery enough to remove it. Now I accept myself as big. And I understand and accept that while it can feel good to anyone to be around so much passion and purpose and love, most people cannot handle that at 100% all the time. Sustaining that in a relationship is a lot of effort. I mean, truly. But I want to be madly in love and stay that way. It's possible. I know people who are doing it, but it takes dedication and energy and priority, and not everyone is prepared to give that. And if they aren't fed by that, if that isn't them, then they experience burnout. And what was once a really good thing becomes a very taxing thing, and then they want out. So guess what? Nothing is direly wrong with me or them or you. We are worthy of love, you and I. So since embracing my big, I'm finding more and more people who not only accept, but love Big Amanda. And I'm not a hopeless romantic, I'm a hopeful romantic, love. I still believe that romantic relationship exists for me. And by deleting the box, I now allow myself to be seen, which allows me to build relationships from a wholesome and complete space. And it's okay if it's a space that not everyone wants to be in. It's the space that I want to be in. And I'm the one who's here full time. Eventually, I'll come across someone else who wants to be here full time too. So love, if you have a box, let me give you a tool to begin unwinding it. It's connected to EFT, so if you need the basic tapping points, run and check out that video first on my website, alchemistrising.com. Okay, so often, having a box begins with rejection. So if you already know how you feel rejected, you have a head start. If you aren't sure, let's dig a bit. If you are already feeling emotional, go ahead and do a round of tapping real quick to allow movement to that emotion. We want to keep this process curious and light as possible to avoid triggering any defensive mechanisms. Now think back to recurring themes in your earlier lifetime. Is there a phrase that was said to you or about you over and over? Is there a specific memory you have of something you didn't do well or felt embarrassed or rejected over? Once you have what feels like a good core word or phrase that rings that bell for you, begin writing down statements that have support words for that item. And either I give you permission, I have permission, I am allowed to, I allow you to. Go with whatever version feels the most empowering for you. Some of the phrases that I chose for me and allowing myself to be big are: you have permission to be sassy, you have permission to be loud, you have permission to be dramatic, you have permission to be as loving as you want to be. These are your tapping statements. For me, I had buried it deeply enough. I was so disassociated from it completely that I needed an extra symbol of imagery. So I imagined tapping on myself as a child, being there as these events occurred and stepping in to speak up for little Amanda because it was so painful to be that misunderstood. That added imagery unlocked things beautifully for me. So I hope this gives you a good starting point, love. You deserve to shine and be seen and loved as a whole. Remember, love, every moment is a new opportunity, and magic does exist. It's love, and it's you, love. I'll see you soon.